whether you want to run your sump pump. Maybe it's going to be your dehumidifier. Perhaps you're going to have your deep chest freezer running with the hundreds, if not thousands of dollars of meat that you have inside. Are you going to use this to cool a fan or to cool your room using a fan that is powered by this? Or will this run your Wi-Fi so that you can work from home? Because even though there's no power, you still have Wi-Fi. You just need a way to be able to power up the router that will be able to push out that signal. Are you going to use this for heating elements? Because yes, you can make 66 cups of coffee using this one machine. We have a full hour together here on the Ecoflow, and I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people that I've met at Foodie Fest specifically that have told me they picked up on their Ecoflow or they were considering it. And they were like, I don't know. I know it's an investment. I know that I need it, but do I really need it now? I'm just going to share this with you. You do not want to be like my in-laws, who when a hurricane was approaching, said, oh, I wish I got that. Because they were without power for a bit of time, and they had no way to be able to generate it. This uses a big battery that's inside of here to generate that power for you. Your sale price today is $859.98. Now, how much would you pay? Well, normally you would pay $1,319. We have $459 of savings for you here today on our Ecoflow power station. This power station has been incredibly popular. It launched on May 22nd. I was the one that actually launched it and kicked it off. That day was a big, big day. And since that time, we have had, more than 9,000 of these picked up. That's a lot of homes that are going to be able to power up their devices. Now, we have less than 1,400 that remain. This is the final quantity of our 1,400 in this amazing bundle that comes not just with the Ecoflow Delta 3 1,500 watt-hour power station, but the trolley that allows for you to be able to take this with you everywhere. You've got the wheels on the front here that also have the little locking power, so you will be able to lock this into place or unlock this as well so that you can take this on the go, so that you can move this power station any which way that you want to, all around your yard. Why your yard? Well, I use this to power up my tools in my backyard. I weed whack by my Ecoflow power station. I tilled my garden this summer using my Ecoflow power station. I vacuum my car by taking the power directly into the driveway, and no more do I need all of the long extension cords. Let me show you something for a second. Let's pretend that all of a sudden the power went out. The fridge, yes, this big, giant refrigerator that has some wine, that's got the Roar energy, that charcuterie board that if you've ever purchased cheese before, you know that can add up pretty quickly. Well, how is it that I turn it on? I come to my power station, I hit a button, and then what's going to end up happening is this will end up powering up. Just like that, we see it just flipped on. There's the light, and now I have kept everything inside nice and cool, nice and fresh, and my fridge is running even though my home is without power. I want to show you on the front of this. What you notice is you've got this beautiful screen, and what it tells you is exactly how much power it is that you have. Now here we have what is an industrial fridge, which is the reason why it's taking up a pretty significant amount of power. We have 55% used, so we were getting about 10 hours of fridge time on that, but a standard fridge at home will be able to give you a lot more. This has 5 hours remaining, but I love that what this tells me is exactly what I need to know. It gives me the information at my fingertips so that I can go ahead and not just survive a power outage, but I could thrive in one. We're going to welcome in Melissa Dawson, who's a good friend of mine and someone who I know does thrive in every single power outage that she has ever experienced with thanks to Ecoflow. Nice to see you, Melissa.
It's good to be with you. Yeah, so good to be here. It's been so interesting with the Ecoflow. Kind of came along at the perfect time for me because I moved into a very rural area. Unfortunately, we love it, but we do lose power quite a bit. So it's so nice having Ecoflow because now our whole home just kind of continues on as normal. What we love about Ecoflow, and if you're not familiar with the brand, they are the global leader in this space and now a customer top-rated brand here at QVC. It's so interesting, Justin. I've been doing electronics on air now for 24 years. I've never had an electronics brand that's customer top-rated, right? That's just tough in the world of tech. But that's how amazingly easy this brand is to be able to use. People are obsessed with it. They love it. The other great thing about this, there's no gas, there's no fumes, there's no cranks, there's no maintenance, and you even get a 5-year warranty coming included. Again, that's something else that we just do not see in the world of electronics is a 5-year warranty. So that's why people love it. It's finally that backup electricity in a box that people have been looking for, simple and easy to use. And now you never have to worry about the power going out. It's portable power wherever you need it. And it's kind of fun because it's summertime. So now you can take this RVing, camping, tailgating, any outdoor area that doesn't have power, you now have power. Right now you're seeing on the screen too that pass-through charging. So you can actually be recharging if you pick up the solar panels, you can be actually recharging and using your Ecoflow at the same time. But we think about like our basements, we think about sump pumps, dehumidifiers, chest freezers, second refrigerators. What we've been hearing so often from our Ecoflow customers is that they kind of pick one up for every level of their home. They get one for the basement, right, to keep the sump pump and all of those kind of systems running. They want one for the main level to be able to use with their kitchen, their family room. You can hook this up to your big, stream TV and be able to stream for 17 hours. And then you probably need one for your bedroom level, right? So often, so many of us have things in our bedrooms that we need. Well, first of all, it's nice to have lights in your bedroom at night. But do you have any medical devices? Do you have a CPAP machine that you need to run at night? With the Delta 3, you could actually run a CPAP machine for 23 hours. So really long run times here, even though it's such a small footprint with that newer technology. And you could even do something like a full-size refrigerator for about 28 hours for most standard home refrigerators. So that's the beauty about this. Really big power, really small footprint, obviously amazing price, and you're getting the customer top rated brand.
Yeah, you're getting a customer top rated brand like Melissa said. That's not something that gets handed out very often. But with Ecoflow, that is very real. It is a customer top rated brand because it works so well. Let me show you some of the things that we have here on the table. And I also want to mention them. Then we're going to take a tour and then we're going to start plugging in and playing with them. But we have a fan, which will keep you cool in that summer month when it's super hot outside. And instead of renting the hotel, you can keep cool while you sleep because of your Ecoflow. A light, we know that's vitally important because while the power is out, maybe sunlight is coming in during the day, but at nighttime, you need to be able to see around. This will keep that going. Coffee. If my husband did not have coffee in the morning, it is not a very good day. And so the fact that even in a power outage, you can make 66 cups of coffee using this one machine and this Keurig, that is quite incredible. We have a blender. Start your day off right. Make a smoothie even in that power outage using this. The Wi-Fi, so that you'll be able to access all of your favorite shows on your smart TV, or you can go to work. Even though you are without power, you can work remotely because you can power up the router that will then push that Wi-Fi signal out. But while we're on the front of this, and I'll turn around as well, can we take a full tour of this, Melissa, and do a deep dive into the machine? Because it really is quite easy. It's not intimidating at all to use.
At all. Like, I love what one of our customers said this. They were like, if you're 7 or 97, like anybody could use this. So true. So right on the front, you're seeing that nice bright LCD display. Shows you the hours of power that you have. We have 99 hours of power right now, and you're at a 75% charge. Other beautiful thing about this, it only takes 90 minutes to completely go from 0 to 100% charge, holds a charge for 1 year. So again, really easy to get charged up quickly and then holds a charge for 1 year. Again, what kind of sets Ecoflow apart? Right underneath that, you've got 6 USB ports, 4 of those being your traditional USBs, 2 of those blue ones being fast charging, and then you've even got 2 of that newer Type-C connection. So we all know those charge up super quickly. You've got the newer iPads, newer iPhones, everything's now leaning towards that Type-C connection. We've got you covered there as well. And then right around on the back of the unit is kind of really where the magic happens, because that's where you've got 6 120-volt connections. And 2 of them are the big 3-prong connections. So yes, you can plug in things like your refrigerators, sump pumps, hair dryers, coffee makers, microwave ovens, air fryers. This supports 99% of everything in your home. And that's really why people love the Ecoflow brand. So many of the other brands, you get them home and you're not really sure when the power goes out, like what really is going to be compatible. Again, with Ecoflow, this supports anything up to 2,200 watts. That's 99% of everything in your home. So we love that.
So what
120 volts.
Oh, I'm sorry, Melissa. I was going to say, what are some of the things that maybe use the 220 line that would not be supported by this that we have in our house? What are some of the common things?
Yeah, so the two big things would be your dryer, and the other thing would be your stove, right? So those are the things that you're not going to be using the power outage because they're, that separate 220 connection. But yeah, that's basically it in terms of my home, in terms of what I can think of. But everything else you're able to use, like everything else in my kitchen I can use. So like my air fryer, I actually have behind me. So my air fryer is supported, my coffee makers, blenders, microwave ovens, um, like my crock pots, toasters, like you're using all of that in a power outage. Built-in ventilation fan here as well, so you never have to worry about it overheating. And if you do happen to plug too many items into your system, it'll just automatically reset for you. So you never have to worry about hurting your machine. It'll just give you a reset. A total of 15 outlets. You even have DC outlets coming included as well. So if you do love camping, RV, and tailgating, and you've got those, DC hookups, this is going to be compatible with that as well. So it's portable. We love that trolley's coming included because really easy to take with you on the go, made for indoor and outdoor use. But the beauty about this, you can store it inside. Be safe at night, be able to lock your doors. You're not running extension cords outside. And then again, there you're seeing your solar panels that are available as well to be able to provide you that additional charge in a power outage too. So Ecoflow has just really thought of everything. It's such a wonderful brand. So nice to have here at QVC. And again, what our customers just hear, I hear from our customers time and time again, they got it home, they had the power outage, and they're like, wow, EcoFlow is what really got me through. And I would say for a machine like this, obviously it's going to depend on how many things you plug in, but this will really get you through multiple days in a power outage if you use it wisely. One of the tips I do like to give is, especially with the refrigerator, right? This is probably one of the things we get our lights going and then we start to worry about the food. So with your refrigerator, plug it in for 1 hour and then keep it unplugged for 4 hours. You don't have to keep it plugged in continually. So 1 hour to 4 hour ratio, that'll really kind of extend the life of your battery as much as possible.
I will tell you that I have more than one EcoFlow at my house. I picked up on the first one, then the second one came in, then the third one came in. Why is it though that I have multiple? Well, for the same reason that a lot of you at home do as well. A lot of people have found that they have one for every floor. I have 2 floors in my home. I love having the basement one. I love having the one upstairs. I also have one that's a little bit smaller, much smaller in size than this, that does not power the fridge, but does power some of my power tools that I use to be able to move around. Well, we give you the trolley included in this so that you are able to use that trolley to move everything around quickly and efficiently. But I want you to see that everything that we had on the table that we showed you, including even that blender so you can make the smoothie, well, that's all plugged in to this one power station. Even a little Dyson fan that we have over here, we've got running right now. You see here that this is the amount of watts that I'm taking up. Well, I'm taking up 1,502 watts. Why is that so high? Because right now, this heating element, the Keurig, that was heating up. But look what just happened. Notice that that went way down to now 390. What's going to happen here in a second? You're going to see this reconfigure itself. That 40 minutes, it's going to recalculate and all of a sudden see, hold on a second, he's not taking up that amount of power. No, it's not 40 minutes of time. Now I have 7 hours to be able to run everything. What this does is basically runs like a little algorithm on the inside of it. Every time I plug something in and I turn it on, this calculates how much power is it taking up. When you are using up, and Melissa, correct me if I'm wrong, but it would be 2,500 watts that we've got on here, right? Yep. Okay. So 2,500. Oh, I'm sorry, 22.
Yep.
So if you were to go up to 2,200 watts of power at one time, which is a lot of power, you're going to drain this a lot faster. However, let's say we turned off the lamp. We put the speed down here to 1. Well, now look at me. Now I'm just using 26 watts of power. I've got the Dyson turned off. This will tell me exactly how much power I'm using at once. When I turn that lamp on, well, now it just went up to 122. If I change the bulb to maybe one that was a little bit, that had less wattage to it, it would go down. It calculates everything for you. What does that mean? You don't need to think about anything. In fact, tonight, you don't really need to think about like, when am I going to use this? Because there is a matter of it's going to happen, and it's probably going to be this summer. You more need to think about, do you want to break this up into the easy payment of $172 a month, or do you want to pay for this all at once? Totally up to you. I love the easy pay option. I love that it's $172 a month for the next 5 months, because in that amount of time, you're probably going to have a power outage. In fact, I actually looked up on my phone how many people are out of power right now. There's this website that I love to go to that always shows